you again for joining us this week. What we are looking at is, last time what we looked at was the most expensive bats that we have got at AJ Sports. This week we are looking at around moderate price bats, that's around 1000 range. We have got two brands here that we'll be looking at. One is CA Sports and the other one is Grey Nicolls. Now both are amazing cricket bats. From a price point of view, they are quite reasonable. Most of the people can afford it. Let's see what's so special about these bats. We'll start with the CA Plus 15,000. Now, this is the same bat that is being used by players in the international circuit, like Asif Ali. He's been hitting huge sixes with the CA 15,000 cricket bat. Let's see what's so special about this bat. So again, what we're going to do is, for our review purposes, we're going to look at the aesthetics, we're going to look at the overall profile of the bat, we're going to look at how the bat balances, we're going to look at how the bat pings, we're going to give it a score, and by the end of the day, we're going to see how much this bat scores on our scale. So we'll start with aesthetics. Looking at this bat, how many grains does it have? It has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's got around 16 grains in total. Now, looking at it from a grain perspective, this is a heavy grain bat which is perfect. It's going to give you a lot of ping right in the start. This is what we've been talking about. The bats that have got the most amount of grains, they perform really well in the early part of their lives, but they are very prone to break it. So it's all about what you like or how you want to go about it. The one thing that I don't like about it, it's got a speck over here, which is not really the playing area, but it still kind of degrades the whole view of it. But it's a beautiful bat. It's a beautiful set of grains. They're quite even. They're quite straight. And then look at the stickering on the bat. It's beautiful. It's got the golden, it's got the black, it's got the green grip that comes with the CA 12,000 bats, CA 12,000, CA 15,000 bats. And then on the back, you've got the CA with the golden and the black, and then you've got the green and the black and the golden on it, which is perfect. Overall, from an aesthetic point of view, I think this is around 7 out of 10, which is not a bad score. I think the bat that you're getting for the price that you're getting is something, I think 7 is very good for this bat. Looking at it from a profile perspective, again, CA comes up with these massive profiles. It has a huge edge, but it's still, the thing with CA bats is, they don't bone the edges. That's the reason why the overall profile looks huge. Once you start knocking this bat, you have to make sure you bone the edges. The edge size reduces when you start boning the edges. But what I'm really liking with the profile of the bat is two things. The first thing is, look at the size of the spine. It's amazing spine. It peaks at the right point, which is low middle, and then look at it from this side. Look at how the edge is actually extended right to the bottom of the bat, which kind of extends that sweet spot. So it's going to have a massive sweet spot. The only thing that it will lack a little bit is, because they've taken a lot of wood out of this bat from here, from this side of the bat. That is why it's going to be a little bit softer when it comes to the hitting area. It's going to be a little bit shortened hitting area, or you're not going to get the right kind of ping initially from the bat. But if you keep playing with the bat, if you knock it properly, if you take it to net, I think you'll be able to open up this space. So overall, profile perspective, looking at the edge, looking at the mid-low profile of the cricket bat, looking at how the profile is the spine is going right from here, right till the toe of the bat. I think this is an amazing piece of willow. This is an amazing craftsmanship that went into it. Of course, they'll have to do a little bit of taking out the wood from this side because they want to balance the bat. If you put a lot of wood at the bottom, it's very difficult to balance the bat, and that's why they have to make sure that they take the wood out to make sure they keep the weight down, and they also keep a nice balance to the bat. Now, from again aesthetic perspective, we're going to give it 7. From a profile perspective, this is a solid 8. I love how it looks. It's a great cricket bat. It will definitely perform well. I haven't done the ping test, but looking at it, I know it's going to have a very meaty or a huge sweet spot area. Let's look at the balance of the bat. Again, it's a little bit on the heavier side. I would say it's around 9 to 10. I haven't weighed the bat yet. Let me weigh the bat. So I'm going to weigh the bat now just to see how much of a weight it has, and then we will be able to see if it is balanced well or not. So it's around 1.208 kgs, and if we go to, yeah, it's around 2.10 when it comes to lbs or pounds. So it's a heavier bat, and this is the feeling that I'm getting from it as well. I'm not getting really a light feel when I'm picking up the bat. The bats we reviewed before, they had a very light feeling to them. They were beautiful, beautiful bats. Here, it's a little bit heavier. It's on the heavier side. You do feel it to be around 2.9, 2.10. So it's right up to its own weight. So from a balance perspective, I think this bat gets around 6 out of 10. Again, if you can hold a bat, if you prefer a bat in the 210 range, not a bad thing. I think this is something that you'll like. Now, let's look at it from a ping perspective, which is the most important thing. So again, as we do in our other videos, we've got 2 balls. We've got an old ball and a new ball. Let's try with the old ball. Let's see how it pings with the old ball. And again, in the ping department, ball is just pinging off of it. Definitely, I would say this is due to the craftsmanship. This is due to the willow, due to the number of grains. You're gonna have an amazing ping coming out of the bat, which you can see right now in this video, where I'm not really hitting the ball. I'm keeping the bat pretty straight, and the ball is just flying off of it. And that's the beauty of these bats. That's the beauty of when you get a bat with a higher number of grains. Now you can also have this kind of a profile. You can have a profile that has 5 grains on it, and it will do pretty well as well. Now let's look at this with the new ball. I'm expecting it to bounce even more with the new ball. Let's see this. Oh, this is an amazing thing. And this is where this is a beautiful bat. I'm not able to control the ball because it's just going everywhere. Now let's look at the overall size of the sweet spot. So we'll start right from the stickering, and you can see the ball is just bouncing off of it. Let's go down, and we're going towards the edge. It's kind of failing over here, but even above it, it's doing well. It's doing very well. I'm not able to control the ball. So this is where, honestly, I think this bat is around 8 when it comes to the ping test. This is a beautiful bat. Beautiful ping coming out of it. It's got a huge sweet spot. Starts right from here, goes right up till here. And I'm telling you, once you get this knocked in, once you play it out, you need to be a little bit patient with these bats. You're going to be able to perform really well. You're going to be able to get amazing amount of runs from it. One thing which you need to be careful of, and I keep telling you about that with the CA bats, or any bats that have got a straight sort of the bottom or the toe, you need to be careful that breakages might happen in this area. And that's why you need to make sure you knock it in properly. Make sure you take it to nets before you take it to the game. It's always disheartening when you break the bat from the toe, and this thing happens quite a lot. But again, just look at the profile. Look at the bottom of the bat. It's just amazing. The spine is kind of going right to the toe of the bat. Even when they're putting toe protector, it cannot get extended right over here because the spine is peaking over there. There's a little bit of concaving over here, which is where it's losing a little bit of the ping. If they would have kept this a little bit heavier, it would have been an amazing, amazing ping. But overall, I think this is a great bat. I love the feel of it. I love the ping of it. I like the profile. It's got a little bit of a hardwood. Honestly, doesn't make any difference. This kind of a bat, this kind of a profile, CA 15,000, hardwood, no difference at all. This is the kind of bat I would definitely recommend. I think this is a great bat to take to the game if you're interested in playing at that level. So the next cricket bat that we've got. Now this is an amazing cricket bat. This is Nicolls MAAX 5-star. Now these are the bats that have been making a lot of noise in the cricketing circuit because a lot of players have been holding the MAAX cricket bats. We're going to see what the deal is all about. We're going to go with aesthetics first. On the overall grain structure, we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 straight grains on the cricket bat, which is just amazing. There's no speck on it. The lines are a little bit wavy. There's a little bit of marbling on this side, which is the outside edge. Overall, it's got a two-tone to it. Again, like I said, doesn't really make a big difference. But look at the stickering. I'm loving it. It's blue, it's white, it's red. It's got an amazing grip to it. Look at the back side. Look at how it looks. It's got the wings of the angel, blue wings on the back. It's got beautiful red and blue stickering on it. Honestly, this is a great, great bat. It says grade A English willow, and it looks like a grade A English willow. Honestly, this is a great cricket bat. Now, from an aesthetic point of view, honestly, I'm loving the stickering. I love the grain structure. I love the stickering on the back. I'm really liking the blue color on it. I'm gonna give it, from an aesthetic point of view, I'm gonna give it an 8. This is a beautiful, beautiful bat. It's got a little bit of a medium to hard pressing on it. It's not a soft pressing. This is what Nicolls do. Now, looking at the profile, now this is where it becomes a little bit interesting. I've been talking about low profile, mid to low profile, and I've been talking about mid to high profile. Now, look at this bat. It's got really nice edges. These might be around 38 mm edges. It doesn't have a huge spine, but it's got a decent amount of spine. But look at where the spine is peaking. The spine is peaking right over here. And then it extends down where it goes and disappears over here. So what does this tell me? This tells me that this is a high middle bat. Who is this bat really for? This bat is for the players who like to pull, who like to play late cut shots, because most of the shots that they're going to get is from the top half of the bat. They don't play a lot of those front foot shots because this bat is, I haven't done the ping test, but my assumption is this bat is not really going to perform really well from the bottom of it. I'll be extremely, extremely surprised if it does. But overall, the top part is going to be amazing on this bat. This is extremely, extremely light. The balancing on this bat is extremely, extremely good. Honestly, from a profile perspective, I'm going to give it a 7. I'm giving it a 7, although I like the mid-low profile. I like this bat because somebody who wants to choose a high profile, this is the bat for them. Lightweight bat, because when you're pulling the shot, when you're playing the pull shot, you want to make sure that you have the right timing. You're able to connect to the ball quickly. This is the bat which is going to be able to do that. So 7 out of 10 when it comes to the overall profile of the bat. Let's look at the weight. And let's look at the balance of the bat. So on the weight side of the bat, you won't believe how much this weighs. This weighs 212 on the weigh scale. This is 2.12 on the weigh scale. And if I convert that into kgs, I'm gonna say this is around 1.264. Now, from that perspective, it seems like a heavier bat, but when I pick it up, honestly, it's giving me a feel of around 2.7. 2.7 is maximum the way that it feels, and this is where the profile plays a big role. You've got not a lot of meat over here, you've got not a lot of meat in the shoulders, you have most of the meat in the middle of the bat. You've been able to perfectly balance the bat. This is where it becomes amazingly light. For a bat to be 212, to make it feel like 2.7, I would give it an 8 out of 10 when it comes to the balance of this bat. This is an amazing cricket bat. Now let's look at the ping, which is our final test. On the ping side, I'm going to try with the new ball and with the old ball. Let's start with the old ball first. And just look at it. This is all on the top. This is all on the high middle side. Just look at how the ball is bouncing. Wait and listen to the sound. I'm going low, and look at how it's performing. Even low, down low, it's performing really well. I am honestly surprised. This is amazing. I love the sound coming out of it. I love the feel from it. I was expecting it to be dark from the bottom. It's not. It's actually quite great from the bottom. Let's try it one more time with the old ball. Look at that. This is me bouncing it right at the bottom of the bat. Wow. This is amazing. Let me try with the new ball. If it was great with the old ball, it's going to be amazing with the new ball. Just look at that. Up top, it's just amazing. Down low, it's also performing well down low. This is what we talk about craftsmanship. When you're creating these bats, if you have a lot of experience of making these bats, you're going to come up with this kind of a bat which is going to be amazing, which is going to give you an amazing feel. Let's try this with checking the overall sweet spot on the bat. Just look at that. Look at that. I'm going low now. Like I said, at the bottom it's not going to perform, but even a little bit higher. Ball is bouncing off. There's not a lot of meat over here, but look at the ball bouncing off. Amazing. Honestly, I was not expecting it to be this great with the amount of wood taken off from the back, with the high middle. But honestly, this is an amazing cricket bat. This is a great cricket bat. If I was taking this cricket bat, I would actually take this to the game. Having a 212 means that you've got a bat that has got a lot of wood in it, a lot of heavy wood in it that can hit the ball. At the same time, the pickup is around 2.7. What more can you expect from a cricket bat? And the price on this is 1,090. Honestly, if I compare the CA 15,000 and the Grey Nicolls MAAX, I'm actually going to go with this bat. The pickup is amazing. The profile, maybe it's not there, but even without having that profile, the ping is just amazing. So that's my recommendation on these bats. Again, amazing below, amazing cricket bat. Thank you for watching the video. This time we were looking at, last time we reviewed bats that were around above 2,000 to 3,000 dirhams. This time we are looking at two bats that are around 1,000 dirhams. And honestly, I love these cricket bats. I think both of them perform really well. My personal preference is this one. When you come in the shop, when you look at these bats, maybe you like this one. The only difference between this and this is ping is exactly the same. The balance of this bat is much better than this one. If I was buying one of these two bats, I would actually go with this one. If you like the video, if you think that we are giving you a lot of good information, if we are helping you buying your next cricket bat, I would suggest please review the video, comment on it, like it, subscribe our channel. You're gonna love it. We'll be making new videos out of these. Again, AJ Sports, visit it. They've got a lot of stock. They've got a lot of people who can help you choose your next best bat. For this round, I'm gonna go with Nicolls MAAX 5-star, which is a grade A cricket bat. One of the best. One of the things that Nicolls does really well is they grade the bat on performance. They don't grade it on the grain structure. They don't grade it on other things. They really check the performance of the bat and then grade it. And this to me is definitely a great cricket bat. Thank you all for joining us. Subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Have a great day.